The real reason the US and China hate each other is not trade wars and tariffs. America inherited China's beef with the British over the Opium Wars from 1839. Let's get into it. China is a hybrid of socialism and communism. Communism seeks to eliminate private property in hopes of creating equality among its people. Socialism seeks greater equality by creating more equal distribution of wealth. Capitalism is based on a competitive market. Competition is the driving force of capitalism, where businesses strive to gain an advantage over each other. It's the driving force behind innovation, efficiency, and overall economic growth in capitalist systems. Competition seeks to put its opposition in a position that it doesn't want to be in itself. It needs an opponent. The British are one of the most competitive empires in history. The Chinese can afford to pay their workers pennies on the dollar because in socialism/communism there is no private property, hence, the reason there is no homeless in China. It is too expensive to employ people to do the same labor in America because it would make its products too expensive for Americans to afford. This is basically what brought on the current trade wars. However, the Chinese have had deep-seated beef since at least the 1700s. In 1773 the British began exporting opium into China from its India colonies. Opium is highly addictive. The drug ravished China and its people. In 1839, Lin Zexu ordered the confiscation of the highly addictive opium grown in India and exported to China through Charles Eliot, who oversaw all trade to China. Opium ruined China in a short time, like the crack epidemic destroyed the black community of the 1980s. That didn't stop the British from selling opium through Charles Eliot to China. The British mobilized the Royal Navy for war to continue selling opium to China. Also, to assert dominance over China. The British, with 6,000 troops, defeated the Chinese force of 50,000 troops with guns and cannons. The Chinese, like the Africans of that time, fought with bows and arrows and spears. Even though they are credited for inventing gunpowder, the Chinese were no match for British firepower. In fact, the Chinese defense were so devastated by opium, by the time the British invaded China on land they found Chinese at their stations knotted out off of the opium. The Chinese have never forgotten nor forgiven the West for their treacherous and competitive spirit of intending to completely dominate their ops without conscience, stopping at nothing for a victory. Thus beginning the Chinese era called 100 years of humiliation. As far as the British are concerned, the end justifies the means. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for your time, likes, comments, and for subscribing.